Welcome to Judy's Mind Body. Today, we're going to take a slight turn for the chair today. And so this will be basically using the chair. It's a big old wooden chair here that I'm using, and I'm showing you my other props for today. I'm going to use these two hacking sack things, and I'm put them on the chair because I want to make sure that my knees, when I sit down, are opposite my ankle here, 90 degrees. So that I have to bring myself up here. Otherwise, it's too low for me. So this brings me a little bit higher, and I have my feet on the floor solidly here with my knee and my ankle 90 degrees. Okay, so that's number one. Now I'm going to suggest that if you're doing this at home, that you set yourself up. So this is a pillow that's about that wide, maybe as wide as my hand, or if I'm going to put this behind here, and that'll measure where I want to be if I want to be away from the back of the chair. So that's giving me this much space between my lower spine and the chair because I want to sit on the edge of the chair to be able to check my posture. Okay, so I don't need that now, but I'll start with it so you can see when I take it away. Okay, so here, I'm not going all the way back to the very back here, and I'm not going back to the pillow either, but that's about the pillow's length for me. And I've got my knees parallel here, and my head is in a position where the crown of the head is pulled up as if by a string. And my chin, and it should be so that you can see that I'm trying to keep it in a position that you can see me. If I really brought my chin up like this, it would look really weird. So you want to be able to do that eventually, moving your head up and down. But when we start, we want to really, especially for working with the breath, which we're doing today, you want to start with a good position of your head, of your body, and be at the front of your chair on your sits bones. The sits bones are right here, under there. And you want to be on those bones so that whatever way you go, for example, if you go across this way to this leg over here on your right, then you could go that way, or you could go this way and feel that you have to the ability to do anything over here or over here just by simply moving across. And I've got room back behind me so that if I want to do something like this, I can do that without hitting the back of the chair. So the little pillow's length is a good width here, is a good thing to have. And I don't need it now, so I'm going to remove it. Okay, so I'm going to stand up now straight and then move my pillow over here, walk back over here and say, welcome to Judy's Mind Body. Seated. Okay. So first we're going to work with the alignment and the head. So the head is in a position that you want to be able to feel that there's a string that's pulling it up so that you're not slumping down like this. And it will extend your spine and also the length of your body. So we were thinking body from the hip bones down here. Put your hands underneath your hip bones right there, and you can feel how they are when you move to this side, to your right, or to the left. They're very prominent, but they will need to move when you get into doing Tai Chi Chih so that you can actually feel your right leg over here connected to the knee and the ankle. And over here on your left side, connected to the knee and the ankle. And there is a weight shift that happens here between the hips as we go on, whether we're on the left side or the right side. So it's good to develop this seated, I think. 3-part breath from yoga, bringing your right hand to your belly, seated, bringing your left hand to your heart area, and inhale up, abdomen, rib cage, upper chest, exhale down, upper chest, midline, and down to the abdomen. And you're going to do this in a nice long flow. Exhaling down. Just to repeat, this is Judy's Mind Body, and we are working with the breath today and seated practice. So you'll need to have a seat nearby that you can sit on today. and you're going to practice sitting and standing breathing. In the yoga 3-part breath, you really feel the breath come up through the lungs and then exhale all the way down to the belly. And literally, as the lungs expand, the diaphragm moves down and puts pressure on the abdomen, which is why you call it the belly breath. So that belly breath is right here. Here's the exhale. And here's the inhale. Why is that important? There's so many different ways to breathe, but this is the basic yoga way. You take it in through the nostrils and you exhale through the nostrils. And notice how you expand the belly, rib cage, upper chest. As you come up and as you exhale down, you contract. This expansion and contraction is the same that we use for triple burner in Qigong. So inhale, expand out. You're on the edge of your chair here. Your feet are in a V out here. And you're basically in rider on horse position. Inhale up and exhale down slowly through 3 energy centers or Dantiens: the head, the heart, and the abdomen. So we certainly use elements of yoga in this. There's a lot of discipline in yoga, and Qigong is, it approaches the energy from a different way. But here, let's take in the yoga prayer. Inhale here. Notice how you're extending through your spine. You're not at the back of your chair. You're coming down through the center body with the prayer. Let's do 3 of those. It's quite powerful. Your palms come together here. And then as you exhale down, you can feel the warmth of the palms. That's the prana, Prana. And you can certainly use it in Qigong just as well as you can use it in yoga. In Qigong, we probably would not touch those palms because we want to create a feeling between the palms that allows for some space between them. So as you exhale down now, separate the palms, and you'll begin to feel that there's something happening between the 2 palms, which we call the Legong points. The palms are rounded, but the fingers are relaxed. You might want to make sure that they are. Come down here and now relax the fingers. They slightly separate there. Palms are rounded. And one more of the 3-part breath here from yoga. It appears to be Qigong. All right, beautiful. Okay, we're going to call that triple burner. Now we're going to come down in Qigong fashion. Come up here, circle, and now come down. Triple burner. There's a roundness here. There's a softness, and there's some continuity. And as we move together here today, there's synchronicity. All things, especially the speed, coming together. And you can feel that's in your back. You're really learning how to support from your belly and keep your spine long, which is so important in Qigong. And remember that you've got that string from the top of your skull there in the back of the skull. Good. Usually we do 9 of those. We're going to trim it now and bring the palms to the thighs. And I've got my legs open here because I'm in rider on horse position, only seated. All right, I'm at the edge of my chair. My pillow, which I took away, gives me lots of space back here. So if I wanted to do this with my elbows back, I'm not going to be stuck there. I can go all the way back. So you can play with this chair, but the old oak chairs, if you can find one, are the best. They won't fall over. So now we're going to go back behind the chair. We're going to work on our feet here. So now wait to get up. So when you get up, you want to fold forward from the hips, flat back, bring the weight into the feet, and then stand up Good. Long spine and slowly walk to the back of the chair. Because all this work with the breath sometimes gets people tired. And you do want to have your water nearby. I really believe in the water hydration principle that we also use in singing, that you keep drinking water all day long to do this stuff. So take a sip before you start the next thing. If you don't have your water nearby, make sure you get it. Okay, good. So now we're behind your chair. I hope it's a solid chair that you can put your weight on with your hands. That looks great. Now you're going to come to the balls of the feet, come up onto the balls of the feet. Good. Now go back towards your heel. So this is where you want to make sure you don't pull the chair with you. You want to be safe. We're doing a forward, back, up, down weight shift right now, but we're warming up the legs. So you can feel that as you move back here and the toes come up, and as you move forward and the heels come up, that you're really exercising the calf muscles as well as the thighs. And they do need to be strong to do a long day of Qigong and Tai Chi Chih, which some of us do a lot of. So this is a good warm up, and it's very good for you to work with a chair. It's not just to think, well, I can stand. I don't need to do this stuff on this chair. It's more than that. So bring one arm up here now, holding on with the other. Excellent. Now really lengthen up there. And you're on the balls of the feet, right? Good. Now bring this hand back down. Now sink back to the heels. Come forward and bring the other hand up. And the knees start to really get into this too. So they don't have to bend a lot, but they do need to bend a little so that they're free as you go back and as you go forward. And that's because in Qigong, we have what we call rising and sinking. This is a lot of rising, and there's a lot of sinking there, but we're not sinking down very far. We're just sinking enough to feel the foot solidly on the floor on both sides, and then to come back towards the heels. Good. One more of sinking and rising, preparing ourselves eventually for rocking motion, which will be in the Tai Chi Chih. Very good. If you don't mind, let's come back to the chair so we can do a little bit more exploring here and walk slowly. So this is where you might even practice sitting and standing. And then, then you want to make sure that you probably don't have hacky sacks underneath you. So I'm going to take them out for a moment. And I'll sit in my chair. This isn't perfect for me, but it's okay. And I'm going to come forward to the front of the foot and come up and bring my hands like this and come back a little bit like this with my tuchus, flat back, and now find the chair with your hands so that you don't end up on the floor. Good, and let's do several of those. Let's do 4 more here. Inhale. You can find your chair with your hands if you want, or you can do this. This is an ARP exercise like this, and then come back down. So I'm using the principles of coming down, folding forward from the hips, bringing my hips down, and then inhaling, bring my weight into the feet to come up. And I'm strengthening my lower back this way. Okay, let's come up like this and back down like this. Now let's push off from the chair. And when you come back, find the chair first before you sit. So that may be safer if you're in a restaurant. You don't want someone pulling your chair out from behind you, but you do want to find a way to sit and stand that actually is safe. Good. Let's use the balls of the feet here to just pound on the ground a little bit. Good. And let's bring this leg over here. Come to the edge of the chair And we're going to pick up a feather over here. So you've got your crotch here right by the corner of the chair. Pick up your feather, and the other foot's out there, and let it go. So this is our Qigong, picking up a feather, letting it go. And you've got your hand on the chair to hold you here. Sometimes in metal chairs, you can even come down here. So yep, you can use the chair to balance yourself. For many seniors, it's important because they have an operation or something. Then they need to have a way to still practice their Qigong. This is perfect. And coming up again, inhale and exhale down. Very good. Okay, now we're going to gently bring ourselves to the other side. We're at the center of the chair. And now we're going to slide over to this corner. Good. And you can leave this foot out here if you want to. It may not be ladylike, but who cares? You want to really begin to get some facility here. So we're going to inhale up. And now flatten the palm as you come down on the exhale. Inhale up. Flatten it. So you can do the same thing we do standing, but basically watch it go up the wall and then flatten the palm to bring it down. So inhale the thumb and the forefinger together, up the wall and down. To make sure that we've got this, let's go to the other side again. Repetition helps. Okay, so I'm sitting on the corner of the chair. It's pretty solid. And I'm going to be at the front of the chair to be able to open this leg here and this one over here. And inhale up and exhale down. Good. Picking up a feather and letting it go, remembering that the thumb and the forefinger are together as you come up. As you come down, on the exhale, you flatten the palm. And this is building the connection between the breath and the movement, which is so important. Almost everything must start with the breath and the knowledge that you have of Qigong. Good. Okay, let's come back to the center. And we will do Buddha picks up the earth, bringing the palms up here, lengthening through the spine. At your edge of your chair, I'm going to get my hacky sack so I'm in the right height for myself. So you can make these adjustments. If you want, you could bring your pillow back to make sure that you're not hitting the back of the chair. All these things you can play with. So there's no defined science on this, but I probably don't need that pillow. Okay, now we're going to do the Buddha picks up the earth. So you start way up here. You inhale, now you exhale down slowly. Beautiful. Now you inhale, center, body. And I'm opening my legs so that I have more room to bring my hands down or up. Otherwise, I feel very much that it's too small for me. I like bigness. Inhale up. Exhale out. Push the palms up into the air. Send the world up into the sky. Not in a nasty way, but you want to really feel that you've got this strength in the body and you're going to use it. Strength of mind, body, heart, and the breath is the first. Inhale. Now push the palms up by turning them up right by your chin and send the world up into the sky. And that's Buddha picks up the earth. It's a wonderful use of the breath and the body and the mind. When you want to let everything go, push the world up into the sky. What could be better? One more. Very good. Okay. So that was Buddha picks up the earth. We're going to do experiment with groundings here because it's a little bit different from seated from standing. But people who have to be seated need to know how to do this. So first of all, for seated people, often what happens is this. Don't let that happen to you. You need to really lengthen through the spine and build some strength here. So for example, when you've got the rib cage here, there's an area right below there that area needs to be used. So if you bring your thumbs to your hip bones and you're going to come up for groundings, start with that feeling that you're already long in the spine. Now inhale up to the heart. Exhale down. And you can even come to your thighs if you want to. You can come down there a little slower. Good. So that's abdomen and to the rib cage area, which is the heart area. So coming up again, that's your middle Dantien, your middle energy center. And this is your lowest one that we've come down to ground. Now we're going to take it up through the lower center to the mid center to the head. So you just have to go farther with your hands, and you need to go farther with your spine. So as you inhale up here to the heart, feel the spine lengthen. As you come down, feel the spine still lengthened without cheating on the length of the spine, which we really want to do. Come up a little bit higher to your head and sink it down through the heart area and all the way down to the abdomen. Excellent, good. Now bring it up to your head. That's your third energy center. This is high enough, I think. And now sink it down. And when we're standing, we always include for our continued groundings here, the trees. But here we need to open out because they're everywhere. Inhale. We hope they stay everywhere. Inhale. And now exhale down. We'll just extended it, but we'll still exhale down this way. Good. Coming through the center body, feeling your body really long, and that breath that comes all the way down to there. Good. Now bring it up over that. We're going to go to the mountains. I often do this because it's just glorious to notice how they're around us and how important they are in our lives in terms of nature. Inhale here, and we'll ground down from the mountains to the trees, to the head, to the heart, and the abdomen. It's a long process of an exhale that creates relaxation relaxation expression here. So here, when your palms come up here and then when they exhale down, there's a feeling of wanting to let go here. And we'll soon let go because this is strenuous and you need to have your water nearby. Good, let go. All right, let's let go by bringing the shaking the body. And certainly those of you who are seated, who are used to shakeouts, you can shake out the toes, you can shake out the knees, you can take out here, all the way up, and let everything kind of let go. And then because the voice is so important in life and we need to be able to express ourselves, we can do a few things with the voice too. But while we're here, let's consider tapping down the body, okay? So fold forward from the hips, flat back, and now start tapping down with your feet out to the side. Tap in the inside of the legs, calves, thighs. Come back up to the center, fold forward, flat back, and now round to do the outside of the legs. Come back up, make sure you come back up to seated tall. And one more here, folding forward from the hips, flat back, round, let go, and come back up. Excellent. Now you might want to tap the tummy while you're here. You might want to tap the kidney area back there. You might want to tap the lung points right here and come down this arm. That's your right arm probably, and back up inside of it, across the other side, down this arm, up it, and let it go. And that's just some things you can do at the beginning to get warmed up that have to do with Qigong and the connection of the Qigong to yoga. We did the 3-part breath from Hatha. We did alignment in the head, triple burner. Buddha picks up the earth. And the accordion is next. Okay, here's a wonderful thing. You're expanding your ribs on this. So make sure you're at the front of your seat, but really tall. And you're going to inhale out. Now place your tongue on the upper palate. Let's try the Qigong breath. And exhale back, feeling the breath through the throat as you exhale. And your body will get smaller. That's contraction. And now it'll get larger. Inhale, because the ribs expand. And really slow. So exhale back slowly, creating contraction. Inhale out to expand the belly and the rib area. The whole area is getting a workout with the breath here. So be careful. And if this gets you tired or feeling faint, please just watch. Okay, one more. Good, good, very good. All right, now we'll do the propeller at various heights. So this is a spinal twist, but let's get some water. I think we should be safe here. So careful getting up, lengthen, and walk slowly to get your water. Excellent. Yeah, water is the tonic. You shouldn't be drinking coffee when you're doing this. All right, now the next thing we're going to do is the propeller at various lengths. So here at various lengths, we could be here or we could be up here. So this takes some strength with the arms. You're going to bring your arms out into a T. You're on the edge of your seat here, and you're going to do a spinal twist over to your right. I'm mirroring you, so don't get confused here. And back to the center on the inhale. And then to the left. And it's a 3/4 turn. So as you come back to the center, inhale, and we'll twist again. And where are you looking? I would say you're looking from the center of the forehead. So that keeps you from dropping the head down too far. So the center of the forehead is very important. It's the third eye in yoga, and it allows you to actually see clearly, but more importantly, to lengthen through the body. Good, let's come back to center for the end of the propeller and let's shake it out. Okay, so if arms are heavy, so if you're not used to this, do just less or chill out, whatever. Okay, now I'm moving my toes now because I'm in seated position, and so I'm just using the ball of the foot to relax the legs and relax myself. All right, now standing up, sitting up taller again like that. We're going to do the propeller a little bit higher, okay? So expand, lengthen the arms all the way up, and very slowly move towards your right first. And all the way around to look what's behind you on your exhale. Come back to center. And this is a heightened propeller here. And bring your body over here. You might want to see how high the fingers are here. And even though you're looking from the center, you can see them with your peripheral vision. Good, and then come back to center, and we'll let it go. And just rub your legs for a moment here. Bring the legs apart, and we're going to rub down the body here. So fold forward from the hips, flat back, now round, and then slide down the body. This sliding is very good. You're bringing energy or chi into the skin and the blood vessels. I use a little bit of massage work here. Massage work in Qigong is all part of what we do for body care. So you're pushing through your body here, if that's possible for you. And then you're also bringing energy into the body. The chi is everywhere, your intrinsic energy. Good. All right. So that's a few basic things that you can do there. Let's now, we did pick up a feather in the propeller. Now we're going to look at heaven and earth. So inhale this arm up, flatten the palm, and we're having it look that way. Good. And now bring this hand down and look that same way. So it's coming right down like that. And this hand's coming right up like this. Good. Lengthen. Heaven is the up here and earth is the down here. So you're using both energies. Inhale up, push, exhale down, push, and lengthen. So we don't want to ever really lock the joints, but this is really a straightening of the arm without totally locking, because you don't want to not be able to move your arm again. Okay. All right, let's bring this hand all the way up here to join the other hand. See that? Okay. Now you're going to do a side bend. And you're still in the front of your chair, but make sure you don't slide off it. And you're here. And I would bring out my legs because you'll get a better, so like this in a V. And now come down this leg here and maybe take hold of the chair. That's even better. Chair leg or the back of the chair here. Hold on. And you can do a side bend here. Come back up, inhale. Beautiful. And now go to the other side. I'm going to hold on either the back of the chair or a leg, but for me, I think the back of the chair works. Inhale. And come over and your leg out there or over here, you can feel yourself come across the sits bones, right? The sits bones are when you feel the bone under your hip on this side and then on this side. All of this building awareness of how you can do work with a chair, even if you have impossible problems with standing. So anyway, these are all ideas. Experiment. Now I just reached the bottom of it. There's a rung down here. I just reached it, but my feet are in a V, so I can do that. One more. I'll try it down here. Oh, that works. So yeah, discover what a chair can do. It's amazing. Okay, and I guess there's one more we should look at is the fountain. This is a little bit more difficult because it involves a forward bend and then coming back up slightly, expanding the upper chest here, and possibly even coming back like this. So here we go, the fountain. Keep the legs out in a V. Inhale up. And as you come forward, bring the backs of the palms together like that. And now sink, coming forward here. Now, as you come up, inhale, lengthen the whole spine. As you go forward, bring the backs of the palms together and exhale, rounding the back when you come down halfway. So here you're coming up as you fold forward. Let's do this in slow motion. Inhale, lengthen, and now fold forward from the hips, flat back first, and now round to come over. And the palms will come right down almost to your toes. Maybe. Come back up, inhale. And now you can go back this way a little bit with the upper back. And now come forward and round halfway and exhale. So that's like the fountain we do standing. We often add voice. So I think voice is important. Let's do a few things with the air guitar, okay, with voice. All right. Now you might want to sit back a little bit and not fall off your chair here. So we're going to come over here. It's sort of a diagonal cross here. So you're going to come up and you come up this way, keeping the feet. I think the feet out in a V really works. And come back. Feel the diagonal cross here. It's a little bit of a spinal twist. Keep the spine long. Good. Now we're going to add some sound. Let's do ah. Ready? Inhale. Ah. Yeah, you want to explore your head voice. Ah. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. And even if it starts to break up like mine did, don't worry about it. Yeah. Yeah, the E always helps go higher. Yeah. Good. Actually, that gets voice right into the head voice where we want to be able to go to. All right, let's go on the other side. You ready? Take a deep inhale, and let's start over here on this side, on your left side. So let's do the digits first, moving all the fingers. They want to have facility. It's a pretend guitar that goes on a diagonal, the air guitar. And now we'll add A. Yeah. Ready? Yeah. Okay, good. Enough of that. But you can experiment so many ways with the body, and I encourage you to do so. Let's practice standing and sitting for a moment, and then we're going to do some standing work, which could also be done seated. All righty, so standing up. Let's get rid of the chair for a moment. Be careful when you pick it up. Use your muscles and move it somewhere where you don't have to bother with it. And we're going to come to some work with the circling, right? So bringing the chin to the chest and circling the head to the right, up and around. And I'm holding my palms behind me like this so that I keep my shoulders down. Feet are in a V. And this can also be done in your chair. Same way, experiment. 3 that way. And now 3 towards your left, circles. And be aware that the ear should be moving close to the shoulder here, or the shoulder close to the ear. In your mind, that you almost let it touch. And you're holding the shoulders down with your palms out like that. And come back to center. Very good. One of my favorites is the owl, because with the owl, either seated or standing, you bring the head to one side really slowly. And then slowly back to the center. And then to the other side. And the chin is parallel to the floor here. And make sure that you lengthen through the whole spine so that you feel the crown of the head at the back of the skull, the cervical spine, the thoracic spine, and the lumbar spine as one long line. Go back to the owl again. Ready? Sorry, to your right. Hold the palms behind you. Come back to center. To your left. I'll come back a little bit here. And to the right. And you're looking, as the owl, you're looking for prey. Little baby birds or whatever, little things coming out of the earth. Things that you might eat. You're very hungry this morning. And that's the owl. But it's also a twist of the head that's very good for you. And it should move slowly. Being sure you inhale center possibly and exhale to the right or to the left. We'll come back to the center here. Good. Then the next might be to do some circles here with the shoulders, placing your fingers here right at the shoulder area and coming forward, up, back and down. And it's all very slow. So inhale here, exhale back. 3. Let's do 3 the opposite way. You could do 9 of those, but right now we're just doing a few here. Now we're going inhale, exhaling back. 2, 3. Well, let's do 6 going back because the shoulder blades need to roll down the back. Very good. Now bring your hands out here and we'll do a spinal twist of the propeller standing and letting the back foot go. Let's take it a little bit higher. Notice how your feet, your hips, and your upper body are all moving as one at this point. Good. Let it go. And now we will move into something else with these circles, and that will be using the crawl stroke in terms of just feeling the big arms. Good. And notice how you're sliding on your ball of your foot as you move from one side to the next. We're keeping knee, hip, and ankle together all the time. Okay, let's stand still, feet in a V, and do our backstroke. And once again, you could do this seated, but it's a little bit easier to do standing. But you can modify almost anything. And the breaststroke is really great for the core. So inhale here, and let's make a sound like swish. Swish. Inhale. Swish. Then keep that sound going all the way through. Swish. One more. Swish. And see how the core is going in? Shh. Swish. Yeah, you're using your abdominal muscles, which you need to do. Swish. Strengthening the whole area. Very good. Now we come to arm circles. Circles are very important part of Qigong because it is rounded, moves from the center, and is always connecting in these kinds of circle things. And now you're going to go backwards. Six or seven or eight. Let's do two more. Good. Shake it out. This is where we can shake it out standing. We can start with our feet, with our knees, our hips, upper body. And you can figure this out seated too. Okay. And now we're going to do the wrist circles. Okay. So, but first, let's bring the hips together with the elbows and turn. And then turn back the other way. So forward circles, back circles. And basically we want to have that when we're doing Tai Chi Chih, we want to have the circles drawn first like this. So you're drawing them in a way that you don't drop down. So I'm not sure why that is, but so we circle forward like this. And we circle, if we were to circle back, we circle back like this. And certainly a full circle would be this. But we do a partial circle. Okay. And then from there, we're going to do the hip circles. So coming in with your feet in a V. I like to keep my feet out there because it really enables this solid feeling of being just getting off my horse on the Mongolian plains, and I could walk like this if I wanted to. And your knees are slightly bent. You're going to come forward with the hips, move to the right, back, to the left, forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, or think 1, 2 to the right, back is 3, and 4 is to the left. And that is clockwise when it goes to the right first. When it goes to the left first, which we'll do now, forward, left, back, right? That's counterclockwise. Very important to know those basic things about the body, because you can actually do those with the eyes, making clockwise and counterclockwise circles. So lots of things from yoga that connect well to this. Okay, the hip circles we just did. Now we're going to bring the knees circles will be next. Fold forward from the hips, flat back. Take hold of your knees and coming to your right. Well, let's go forward first, sorry. Forward, right, back, left. That way you feel the same circle that you felt with your hips. We were doing the clockwise circle first. Good. Now we're going to go forward, left, back, right, counterclockwise. 3, 4, 5, 6. Good. Now let's feel what Qigong is when we do the fountain. It's standing. So feet are in a V. Inhale up. Palms come together in the backs here. Exhale forward and down. Inhale up. Open. Aha! Inhale. Exhale now. Aho. In will be next. Inhale. Aho! Good. It feels so joyous. Inhale. Fold forward from the hips, flat back, round it, and let go. Next will be Aoi. Oi. Oi. Inhale, exhale. And one more coming up, and we will let this go because we've done a lot of this circling and we've done a lot of Qigong, and we're going to move into Tai Chi Chih. 19 movements and one pose standing today, or seated if you, that'll be another day, I guess. Forward and back weight shift. So this is our energy practice. It's soft, continuous, and moves from the center. And you can see the figure 8 here. If you draw it with your index fingers, it's on both sides. You're picking up energy from earth, and you're sending it back down to earth. We'll just do 6 today. Inhale and sink it down through the earth. Inhale for bird flaps its wings, feet are in a V. Sink and release the fingers. 3 times. On the third one, you do a wrist circle forward like this. Inhale back. Beautiful. 2 more sequences of 3. Notice how you're bending your knees ever so slightly here to get that feeling of the bird on the edge of a branch. Inhale it back, and third cycle of 3. Beautiful. Inhale it and send it into the earth on the exhale, resting on globes of energy in resistance to gravity. Now shifting towards your right foot, release your left for around the platter in chest high water. Moving outside of your left foot and then around to the other foot. And here you can feel the hips moving with the leg and the connection that we make there, that we made seated, will apply here, as well as your breathing. Here's the inhale, here's the exhale. And stay on the chest high water with the heel of the hand, even though the palms are curved and the fingers need to be released. If you get tight here with your fingers, you can play the piano and then release that. Last one on your right side. We're just doing 6. Inhale, sink it down. Shift towards your left side. This foot just got very light. The in leg's going to drop out in front. It's straight. around the platter, right side. And now you're going with a circle outside the knee here on your right foot and back to the left. But the body just goes forward and back, so you don't have to follow the circle. And two more of around the platter in chest high water. On your right side, we can do a couple of groundings to remember that we finished this move only 6 times, but that works. Double ground it. Bring it to the heart. Exhale it down to the abdomen. Good. Now shifting to the right, bring your left forward for a round the platter variation, picking up a ball of energy here at your left shoulder and dropping it center and coming around with that circle, but still just going forward and back with your body, creating the yin leg that straightens and the other leg, your yang leg, that will bend. Continually shifting from one to the other. One more here. Good. Bring the left leg back. Inhale. Sink it down. Shift towards your left to bring the right heel forward. Around the platter variation, now pick up this ball that's a circle within a circle here. Circularity, softness, continuity, and moving through the center is all part of Qigong, and we apply it to Tai Chi Chih. 19 movements and 1 pose. One more here on your right side. Good. Bring that right foot back. We'll double ground around the platter variation. Bring it to your heart on the inhale. Sink it down towards your abdomen on the exhale. Beautiful. Shift to your right. Bring the left forward for bass drum. Feeling the energy as it comes forward and back around the rim of the drum, which is like velvet feeling. And as you inhale forward, bring the upper chest with you. As you exhale back, bring it all together with the hips too. Moving with the outside of the drum. And there's energy between the palms we call the Legong points here. That even though they're not touching, you're creating this feeling of energy in the body, which is the chi, your intrinsic energy that we build with all these moves. One more here on the left side. Nice. Sink it down. Shift towards your left. Bring your right heel forward. Bass drum. Right side. Good. Make sure that the crown of the head is lifted up by a string here so that the cervical, thoracic, and lumbar spine down to the tailbone are one long line. And look from the third eye, which is your yoga vision point, and that keeps the head from moving down this way. And we'll do one more here on the right side of bass drum. Bring the left in again, the right foot in again, and inhale, sink it down. And we'll triple ground it for fun. So bring it up to the head and down through the heart and down to the abdomen. And let's bring it up one more time that way, heart. And let's go down on the exhale. So you feel how you keep extending your spine even more, not dropping it. Inhale to the head. Hey, let's take it up to the trees. Inhale up. See how feel the expansion with that? It's so beautiful. Exhale down slowly. And now to the mountains, all the way up there. Feel those beautiful mountains all around us. Inhale and sink it down. And now, if you really want to get fun with it, go up to the sun, and you'll be slightly going a back bend of the upper spine here, if that works for you. Ground it solidly below. Inhale and sink down. Slowly, this is relaxation response here when we move the palms slowly, even if you run out of breath. Very good. That was multiple groundings, and I love to do it. All right, our next one that we do is to shift to the right, bring the left forward, and we'll be doing daughter on the mountaintop 6 times. Ready? Inhale. Left hand behind, crosses the wrists here. Here's your inhale. Here's your exhale down to the abdomen. Let it go when you get to the bottom. As you inhale forward, bend the front leg. As you come back, bend the back leg and the other leg straightens. That's your yin yang. And one more here of daughter on the mountaintop, left side. Very good. Notice how we're getting slower and slower, and that's good. The chi is building. Now we're going to shift over to the left to bring the right heel forward. We're going to start here at the bottom of the mountain. It's actually Tadasana in yoga, the mountain pose. You're going to come up over the mountains, the back foot. Make sure you have a little 45-degree angle there. That helps you balance. And the legs are not that far apart, but enough so that the heels don't cross. And notice how your left hand is still the behind hand. That's because it's your heart. And the outside hand is that circle that's someone else out there, and you're connecting to them. At the bottom, you let go, and you feel the energy changing. Let's do one more of the daughter on the mountaintop here. And good. Now we're going to bring that foot back. We're going to come all the way up here to do daughter in the valley, because you are celebrating having climbed the mountain up, and now you're going to start from the top to come down. So shift to the right and exhale down and inhale up through the center trail. And over the outsides of the mountains, you can almost feel the mountains as you do this pose. And enjoy the energy you're building. The palms are very close together here. So feel that inhale coming up the central trail and then over the tops of the mountains. And we'll do 2 more here of daughter in the valley. Coming up through the valley to the tops of the mountains on the left side. And now we inhale and sink down. To ground that briefly, we shift to the left, bring the right heel forward, start on top of the mountains, exhale down, inhale up. Really lengthen through the spine. We shouldn't start bringing our heads, the chin forward too much here. So 2 more. Well, actually more than that. 3. We're going to 6. 4. 2 more here. And last one of daughter in the valley. Bring the foot back in. Inhale and sink it through the earth. Beautiful. And we move into carry the ball to the side. feet in a V, sink down, wind up towards your right, release the left. Shift across, letting the arms go. On your third one, bring in your right heel, sink it down, wind up, bring out the left heel and move to the left. 2, 3, good. Bring in that right heel, sink, wind up, release the left and move across. It's a little bit of a squat here, so don't go down too far, but you want to feel that sense of really having the knees relax. Good. Now we're going to go back, wind up, sink the right. 1, 2, 3. Notice how your hips, your knees, and your ankles are working together. And your wind up is over there. 1. And last one, going to the right. Beautiful. Good. Coming back to center, we're going to start our push-pull. Inhale. Shift to the right, bring your left heel forward, exhale first. Inhale back. 2, we're going to 6. Keep the circle going. So last one. Beautiful. Bring that left leg back in, sink it through the earth, shift towards your left, release your right heel, push, pull, or giving and receiving energy. The heel of the hand moves down, the fingertips move up. There's a turn here of the palms back to the heart on the inhale, and you're connecting mind, body, and spirit very much here when you do this. It's also called giving and receiving energy. And we're on our right side now. Let's do 3 more of these. Exhaling forward and inhaling back to the heart. Bring your right foot in. Inhale to sink it into the ground, to shift towards your right, and to bring the left heel forward. We're pulling in the energy from the farthest star in the universe through the fingertips. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Feel the forward feeling of bringing that energy in through the fingertips. 3 more. Last one on your left of our 6 today. Good. Bring in the foot. Inhale. Sink the energy through with a single grounding. Shift towards the left. Bring the right heel forward. Pulling in the energy from the farthest star in the universe. The energy, perhaps, of the 5 fingers. Peace. Love. Serenity. Communication. And the feeling of moving in community. A circle of giving Inhale and sink it down. And now we have the basic taffy and all the other taffies. We'll take a brief moment to drink water, which is so important for this practice since we're doing breathing too. And now we start our taffies. Basic taffy. Left hand under right elbow, left heel out and move to the left. Right hand under, move to the right. The right hand or the left hand is the invite hand. Now you're invited to the left. Sink it down. Good. Inhale. Now you're invited to the right. That right hand is under for you. And notice how when you get here, that outside foot comes in. When you get here over to the right side, the outside foot comes in, and we're going to go one time back now to the left. And sink it down. Let's double ground it, bring it to the heart, inhale. Bring it to the abdomen, exhale. And let's take it to the head. Basic taffy is the foundation of 3 more variations now. So we need all the energy we can, but we also need to relax, come up and come down with relaxation response, slowly. Good, and our next one is going to be anchor taffy. You'll anchor your right hip and you'll bring your left forward as you do the taffy, left hand under. Open the hips. Sink it down and come to your left. Other foot. Right foot. Right hand's inviting us to the right. Anchor taffy. Three more of these. We'll actually make this the last one here because we're going to go back to the left. We always need to stop at the left. Inhale over here. Good. And inhale and sink it through the earth. And let's do several groundings here because it's so energetic, these particular moves, that we need it. How about taking it all the way up to the sun, slight back bend of the upper spine. Be sure you ground through the feet. Sink it down. Anchor taffy came to a graceful conclusion, and now we come to circles taffy. Feet are in a V. Left hand under, moving to the left. Now bring in that outside heel. Now sink. Wait. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Right hand under and move it to the right. Bring in the outside foot. Sink. 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 Left hand under. Beautiful. Notice how the palms separate with the weight shift. It's so wonderful. Inhale. 1, 2, 3. Right hand under, pull it to the right. And last one now. Ready? One. We're going to move back to the left. And notice how slow it is. You're moving through heavy air in the center or sticky taffy.